Hey, hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's see today's problem. Split array in three equal some subarrays. Okay, so what the promising is we'll be given an array and we want to determine whether the array can be split into three consecutive parts such that the sum of each part is equal. Okay, if possible, return any index pair ij in an array such that sum of this it matches this. Okay, otherwise return an array with -1 -1. Okay, so what the problem is saying is we'll be given an array. Okay, and we want to find out whether the array can be divided into three consecutive parts such that the sum of each part is equal. Okay, and if it is the case and if it is possible, then we want to return ij. Okay, ij, a pair ij. So what pair ij indicates is, so so it indicates, for example, ij, for example, sum of 0 to I, okay, should be equal to sum of I plus 1, sorry, I plus 1 to j, which will, and the third part would be j plus 1 to n minus 1, okay, n minus 1. So we want to return, if it is possible to divide the array into three consecutive parts whose each, where each part sum is equal, right? Then we want to return such pair, okay, such pair, okay. Okay, now for example, let's see in this array example, right? So what we want to do is first of all, we want to calculate the total sum. Okay, the total sum. What is the total sum here? So 4 plus 4 plus 4, right? Which is 12, right? And the total sum needs to be divisible by 3. Okay, needs to be divisible by 3 because if it is divisible by 3, then only we can divide the array into three consecutive parts, right? Otherwise, it won't be possible. So we need to check if it is divisible by 3, then we can go ahead. Otherwise, we want to return -1 -1. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. So divisible by 3, it comes around 4, right? It comes 4. Okay. Okay. Now, if you see, if you have a look, right? So this can be one part. This will be one part here. 1 to 3, right? 1 to 3, which whose sum is equal to 4. Another part would be this one. Another subarray would be this subarray, right? And another subarray would be this subarray. So yes, the array can be divided into three consecutive parts. Okay. So what we want to do here in this case, for example, if this is the if this is the first part, right? So what we want to do, we want to capture the end of the first part, right? We want to capture the end of the first part, which will be one index, right? Index. So if you see 0 1, so it index is one, right? Then again, when we start for the next part, for the second part, right? For the second part here, so we found this single element only, right? Which is equal to the target sum, which is equal to the target sum, right? So what we're going to do is we have also found the end of the second part, right? So which is what? The index of this is 2. So this is our valid pair. This is our valid pair which we are going to return. Okay. Now, what the compiler will deduce when we get the valid pair? So the compiler will check with this particular formula, okay, whether this is a valid pair or not. So I've already explained this. So this I is what? This is I. Some 0 to 1, right? Then second part would be what? It will start from I plus 1, right? I plus 1 to j. So this is j, right? 2 is j. This is j, and then j plus 1 to till the end of the array. Okay, so this is it. So we want to return the such valid pair. Okay, we want to return valid pair. Okay, so now how can we solve this problem? Okay, how can we solve this problem? Now what we can do is, so I've already explained this, right? First of all, we are going to need to calculate the total sum and we want to check whether it is divisible by 4. It is divisible by 3. If it is, then we have a target sum. For example, let's say, what is our target sum? 12 12 mod 3, which will give us 4. Okay, so this is a target sum for each subarray. Okay, now let's say, for example, let me write this array again here, right? Now what we are going to do is we'll also have a current sum. Okay, current sum variable, which will be 0. Okay, now what we are going to do? We are going to start iterating the array. Okay, the current sum here will be 1. Okay, then we'll check, is it equal to the target sum. Also with these two variables, we'll have first idx, which will, let's say it is -1, and second idx as again minus 1. So we have these two additional variables. Okay, we have these two additional variables. Okay, so 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 let's start here. So we started iterating. The current sum is 1, which is not equal to 4. So we'll go ahead. We'll go to the next element. Okay, now we'll add 3 to the current sum, which will be what? 4, right? Which will be 4. 1 plus 3 equal to 4. Now we'll check, is it equals to the target sum? Yes, it is equal. And along with this, we'll also check whether this first index, if it is minus 1 or not. Okay. If it is minus 1, that means we have found our first pair, right? First array, first sub array. Okay, first part we have found out. Okay, yes. So the current sum is equal to the target sum, and also this first IDX is equal to minus 1. So in this case, what we're going to do? So our I is here, right? Our I is here, right? The index I is here, and which is also equal to what? This index is 1. So what we're going to do? We are going to set the index into the first index. That is, we have found our the first pair basically. Okay, then we'll go ahead again, we'll go ahead with our I, and we'll add to the current sum. Okay, now our current sum is 8. Now what we're going to check is the current sum equal to the double of the target sum, is equal to the double of the target sum, right? For example, current sum equal to 2 into target sum. So if it is the case, that means we have found the second part as well. So that's what we're going to check. That means you have found the second part as well. And what we're going to check here is, along with this condition, right? Current sum equal to 2 into target sum. We'll check whether first index is not minus 1. It shouldn't be the minus 1. That means we also have our first pair. Okay, we first pair is already calculated. Now this is the second part. Okay, first part is already calculated. Now this is second part, and hence we will assign whatever is I will assign to second index, right? Which is I is what? 2 now. Okay. And hence from here we are going to return, because we have found our valid pair, which is ij, right? Which is ij. What is a valid pair? 1 comma 2 is a valid pair. Okay. 1 comma 2 is a valid pair. Okay. So this is the intuition. Okay. If there's no such valid pair, then we want to return minus 1 minus 1. Okay. Then we want to return minus 1 minus 1. Okay. So this is the intuition behind solving the problem. I hope you have got the intuition, and also I think you'll understand better when we code. Okay. So I have tried to make it very easy for you. So if you've got the intuition and if you've got the code, right? If you understood the solution, then please subscribe to my channel, like the video and comment on the video, because at the end of the day, the subscriptions really motivate me to create solutions for you. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's go and code. So first I'll show the Java code followed by C++. Okay. So let's calculate the total sum first. The total sum equal to 0. Then int element total sum plus equal to LE, right? Okay. Now also let's have a resultant list first. New array list. Also initialize with minus 1 minus 1. That is, if it is not possible to divide the array into 3 parts, then we want to return minus 1 minus 1, right? Yeah. Now we are going to check here if total sum, if it is not divisible by 3, right? That means it is not possible to divide the array into 3 consecutive parts. Then we are going to simply return result, which will contain minus 1 minus 1 result, right? Now, if it is divisible by 3, then we're going to have target sum, which is going to be what? Total sum divided by 4 or divided by 3. Okay, total sum divided by 3. Okay, so in our case, it is going to be what? In our case, it is going to be 4. Our target sum is going to be 4. Okay, so okay, so then also we'll have a current sum, which will initialize with 0. Then we'll have a first index minus 1, second index minus 1. Let's write some short forms. Okay, it will be easy. Okay, then what? Then we'll start with int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length plus plus I. Okay, now we are going to add current sum plus equal to array of I. Now we're going to check here if current sum equals to target sum. target sum, and first IDX, if it is equal to minus 1, that means we have found our first part. Okay, we have found our first part. So we are going to assign first part to, we are going to assign the index, the current index to the first part. Okay, else if current sum, if it is equal to twice the target sum, and first IDX is not equal to minus 1. That means we have found a second part. Okay. In that case, what we are going to do? In that case, we are simply going to, for example, second index I, right? And simply we are going to set result dot set. Okay, we have found our valid pair. Okay, our valid pair. So we want to return from here itself. So we are going to set 0. Zeroth was what? Here it was minus 1, right? Zero was zeroth index was minus 1, and first index was minus 1 again. So we are going to set zeroth index. We are going to set the first index, right? That is the valid, the first part index, right? And on the second position, we want to set second index, and we want to return from here, return result. Okay, return result. Otherwise, what? If it is not possible to divide the array into three consecutive parts, right? Then you want to return the result as is, which will have minus one, minus one. Okay, so let me compile. I hope you have got the solution. Okay, let me submit it. So here, if you see, the time complexity is going to be what? O of n. Okay, because we are iterating the array once, and the space complexity is O of 1, because we are not taking any extra space. Okay, we are not taking any extra space. So yes, so the all the test cases are passed. Thanks for watching. If you've got the solution, please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Let's quickly see the C++ code as well. So here is a C++ code. So here is the result. Okay, we have initialized with minus one, minus 1. Then we are calculating the total sum. If it is not divisible by 3, then simply return result. Then here we have a target sum. Here we have current sum, first index, second index, initialized with minus 1. We are calculating current sum. We are checking if it is equal to target sum, and if it is first index is minus 1, that means we have found our first part. Okay, we'll capture the index into the first index, and then here we are checking if this condition matches, that means we have found a second part. Okay, and we are going to set the first index and second index according to the result and return the result. Okay, so this is the solution. Thanks for watching. I hope you got the solution. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.